Today, December 12th, 2025, would have been my mother's 104th birthday. Here's a small tribute from my book to honor the occasion. It is our tradition to put up our Christmas tree on Mama's birthday each year on December 12th. My brothers and sisters sometimes help, but mostly it's just Mama and me. So this year, as we've always done, we drove to a lot and chose a large, full balsam fir. We tied it to the car roof, and once home the fresh, evergreen scent transformed the room and our spirits. Our tree is always the most beautiful, every year better than the last. There are special ornaments to be hung in places of honor. There are things on the tree cherished and carefully preserved from before I was born, and many treasures that we found together, she and I. An old cat made of pipe cleaners and styrofoam is nearly as old as I am, and a small, hand-sewn and stuffed red-striped angel with yellow yarn for hair is even older. Each and every bough is hung with fond memories. Even the old-fashioned metal reflectors on our lights are precious treasures. They make our tree sparkle. There's still a handful of the old leaded tinsel that I've saved from year to year, carefully preserved and rolled in sheets of wax paper. Strand by strand, it has to be laid over each branch, forming bright icicles of colored light. It takes the better part of a day to decorate the tree properly. Mama helps until she gets tired, then pulls up a chair and makes sure that all the glass balls and bells are evenly hung. "Where's my special cat?" she'll ask every year without fail. "And my angel?" And when she's satisfied that they're not hidden round back, then she's happy. It's well after midnight, and the tree is finished. It bathes the room in delicate colors. There are shadows on the ceiling, and a hidden, nestled, rose-colored bulb lights our angel's face on the top of the tree. Carols play softly on the radio, and we sit back and bask in the glow. It's still almost 2 weeks until Christmas, when we'll trade our gifts and eat turkey dinner, but this is the time I prize most. The memories of our hearts are often rewritten for us. Careful, subconscious edits amend the dread and fear, until all that remains are precious moments. We ignored all calendars and clocks and never once mentioned it, but before we realized it, it was time for me to go. The night before my flight, I took down the tree and packed up all our Christmas memories in sturdy boxes. I took each strand of tinsel off the tree and wrapped them in wax paper for another year. I took the bells off the door and vacuumed up the needles and tucked it all away. Mama didn't come to the airport to say goodbye. But all that morning she stayed where she could see me and often took my hand. I don't know if I'll be seeing you again," she said, hesitating. "I'm getting pretty old and tired. You know your mama loves you, right?" When the taxi came, she gave me a hug and held me tight. "I'm sorry, honey, I can't help bawling like a baby," she said, wiping her eyes. "It don't mean nothing." She watched from the street by the side of an old cherry tree in front of our house as my taxi drove out of sight. I watched, too, through the back taxi window, as her lonely figure faded away. I watched until the last moment and then closed my eyes. I was lost once again. My past faded away behind me. I could only see pieces of my childhood lost in the tears in her eyes. Children's hearts are delicate things, fragile and easily broken. But in the right hands they are also mended. In those days I was still safe to hold out my hand and certain that one person would take it and protect me. One of my earliest memories is of a picnic in our backyard when I was too young to go to school and not feeling very special. My mother baked a 3-layer cake and made each layer a different color. She made some sandwiches and took me to the very back of the yard, and we had our picnic on a blanket. My grandfather watched from his window above and told her later it was just blame foolishness. But it wasn't. She had a knack for fixing hurt parts inside of you with little more than a glance, and could make you feel special and secure when you really had nothing at all.